Hey everybody, Bob Chick back with another edition of the Voice of Bodybuilding podcast. Joining us today, a man in the news this week. Got some big news and some big plans. Kamal El Garni, my old friend. How are we doing?
Hey, what's up, Bob? Yes, it was pleasure to be with you, and I'm really happy to see you, man.
Yeah, it's good. I know it's been a little bit while. We try to keep up here and there, but that doesn't look like your old place in Libya behind you. Where are we?
Yeah, I mean, no, I actually in Tampa, Florida now. So I just,
Ah,
yeah, I moved from UK actually last December, and I've been here now about what I would say 7, 8 months. Yeah, and
how do you like it?
I'm loving it. Everybody made me welcome in here.
So-
It's you go to UK a lot, and it's just like, nah, this is
yeah,
the place for me. My kids, they love to here. My family,
yeah. So you moved the whole
yeah,
family
the
here,
whole
right?
family is here. Yes, yes. I mean, this is
Now, this was, we caught up, it's been a little while since we caught up, but I remember you specifically telling me that you had plans to move to the U.S. I don't even know if you knew where you were moving at that time, but that's been in the cards for a while
yeah
now.
because of the COVID hit. It was supposed to be like before COVID, and then the COVID hit that
Right, right.
stopped everything. So we couldn't travel, we couldn't apply,
Ah,
we couldn't apply for my visa and everything. So that's why it kept. I mean, I could have been here like 3 years ago.
right,
My
right.
sponsor BBI, they want me to be around, and we actually we've done a lot since I came, and we've done a lot of stuff together, and this is one of the reasons they want me to be around. So that's why. But yeah,
Well,
I'm loving
looks
it here,
you,
and
you you haven't missed any workouts. That's for damn sure. I can
oh
see.
no, 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 I've been really training hard, and hey, this is my life. I mean, I've been doing this for nearly 30 years now, and I'll get lost if I can't just train and train hard, the old school.
Yeah.
That's the way. That's always been my
Well,
first thing.
you're no stranger to the gym. You've been training over half your life now. People are surprised to know how old you are. I don't know you don't mind me asking. You're what, 51 now?
Yeah, I'll be 51 this November. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's crazy because you still got a physique of a 30-year-old.
Yeah. Thank God. I've been really, really blessed, and to be honest, Bob, this year I feel the best I've ever looked, and I'm grooved again. And it's like I don't know, something I've done good in my life. So my God is
Well,
paying me back.
well, we're gonna backtrack to some of your past stuff so people that aren't that familiar with you can get familiar with you. But right now, we're gonna put the cart before the horse. So you've got some big news this week. What is it?
Oh God, man, yeah. We decided to do Tampa Pro, not the 212. We're gonna be doing the Open. So
The
the
Tampa
Tampa
Pro.
Pro, yeah, as my own town.
So
I feel like I'm a Tampa boy now. I know it's too early to say it,
yeah,
but to be honest, the guys in the gym, the MI40, they made me so welcome. All people around me here. Hey man, I don't feel like homesick, or I don't feel different or whatever. Even I felt much
nice.
better when I'm in Tampa here. The people are so nice. I felt really great. So that's why maybe it helps me. I'm relaxed and for the improvement I did.
So everybody's gonna want the first question anybody's gonna want to know: how much do you weigh? Because obviously you've been in the 212 for pretty much your career. You've worked your way into various groups, but lately most people know you from the 212. A former Olympia champ, and certainly a guy that could be getting the title back. So, what's your weight today?
Well,
We're 10 days
yeah,
out, by the
yeah.
way.
This morning I was 224.
Okay, so you kept it reasonable. You didn't blow up and go
No,
crazy.
no, 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 no. I mean, I keep my weight. I never go crazy. But like with my condition today, this morning, I was 224. So I'm really, really happy with what I'm looking at the moment. So I think,
So I'm guessing you're looking at about 220 ish on stage.
because I don't want to be like playing the game like the size of the condition. So I was trying to bring both. But we plan, me and Chris, we bring in like 218, probably that kind of, yeah, 218. So
Okay, yeah. I mean, this is
that's a big jump from like 211.
yeah. Well, see, and this is what people got to understand. This is really smart, okay? Because we've had this conversation with other people, and they always come up with these ridiculous weight gains. Like they think, oh, if Kamal ever jumped in the open, let's see what he can do with 230 or
Oh
235. And
no,
it's like,
no,
whoa,
no,
whoa,
no,
whoa.
no.
Listen, the smart play is to do exactly what you're doing. Put on 5 pounds, maybe six, right? And you're going to be fuller, but your hallmark is your conditioning. That's everything for your physique. You're very consistent with your conditioning. It's brought you the title. It's brought you to being a number one contender. If you don't have that conditioning, you're not going to be one of the biggest guys on stage. We know that. So that's integral to your plan that you're putting together to win this show.
100%. This is the plan, and you know yourself. When you are in condition, you are on point. You wouldn't look like you're smaller. You look bigger. So that's what we're going for. Yes.
Yep. Well, so I'm going to go back about a year. Me and Sean Ray had you on our Monday Night Muscle show, and we did some interviewing. And you said even then, now this is again about a year ago or so, you said then, I'd like to do an open show at some point before the end of my career. You realize you've only got, X amount of time that you wish to probably still compete. Although you'll be involved in bodybuilding, I'm sure, for years to come. But you said then, I'd like to do an open show. So, who knows? Maybe coming up next year or so. That was last year.
And now here we go. It's happening. I'm really excited, Bob. I can't wait till the date, the 6th of August, to jump on the stage, to show and to bring my physique. And I can't wait. It's a challenge for me. It's something I've never done. I wanted to do. So, and I'm not just doing it to be on stage. I'm doing it with the best package that I can bring.
All right. Now, we got to get down to some good old Q&A here, because this really opens up a whole bunch of interesting scenarios. You go into the Tampa show and you win.
All right.
Okay? Now you're qualified for the Open, the Mr. Olympia, and you are qualified already for the 212, correct? So you would now be in Sean Clarita's shoes, as he won an Open show last year, of you can pick or choose. If you go into Tampa and you win, will we see you at the Mr. Olympia?
You're going to see me at the Mr. Olympia, of course.
Well,
what you mean?
Don't play games with me, Kamal.
To be honest,
we're going to see you in the Mr. Olympia or in the 212.
To be honest, it's hard to say, but I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm thinking and what I wanted to do.
Sure.
It's a really hard. If I come at Tampa Pro, I'm bringing my best physique. I look the best. If I win, so it's. I think people think Kamal is going to be really bad to go backward and to be 212. But for me, I won the title in Vegas, 2019, and then I've lost the title in Florida. Now the Olympia is going back to Vegas, so I'm going back to get my title back from Vegas at 212. So this is what I want to do. So
even if you win this and qualify for the Mr., you would be more apt to go back and try to get your 212 title.
This is what I want to do. Like what I said, I'm doing this, the Open, it's just for me. It's just something for the history.
Personal.
Yes, for the history of me, whatever I've been done, I've been there.
It.
But for me, I'm always known as a 212. I'm going to get that back title on Vegas this year.
Now, does anything that Derek Lunsford play into anything that you're doing, any strategy? We've heard various things that he's going to jump into the Open, although he didn't close the door on that. I just did an interview with him about 2 weeks ago, and he was actually undecided. And Derek's he's pretty forward, and he doesn't play a lot of games and that type of stuff. So he was going to talk to his coach, kind of see where they wanted to go, because he's on the fence of whether to go to the Open or the 212. Does that have any bearing on what you do?
Well, to be honest, because as we see Derek, we train in the same gym, but lately he's been busy going around, traveling and everything. But we talked about it. I mean, to be honest, for me, I see Derek, he's a great bodybuilder. He's got the potential to be the Olympia, the Open Mr. Olympia. He's got all the tools. But I see in his physique, I think he's dieting a lot to get to the 212. And he doesn't bring the shiny in his physique. That's when he loses the quality. He goes down, yes, but he looks small. And we saw him at the Pittsburgh Pro. He guest poses there, how big he is, and how he looked really, really good. So I think, and I've told him as well, I told him, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. If you think, speak to your coach and just jump into the Open. Okay, maybe first year you can't because you're still young, your muscles not matured yet. It still is going to be like hard work. You're still going to be like working hard to get, but you have the physique to win that. He wants to. He said, "It's not me. It's Hani. It's
Yeah.
Hani." But I think he's going to do the Open this year. I think so. The way I'm looking at him, the look at his
Well,
physique,
yeah.
his size, it's going to be difficult to go down to the 12. It's going to be difficult, very.
Yeah, well, I think he does recognize that it will be tougher than last year because he has put on some size and some muscle. But it's nice that you guys are close enough like that because it's got nothing to do with really competing against him. In effect, I mean, you're at 51 years old. You're giving him advice like a father figure would be giving him advice. He's 20 something
Yeah,
years
man,
old, right?
that's what they call me at the
So
gym. He called me Granny. Even Nick, hey, Granny. That's what
yeah,
they.
right.
No, we having a great fun at the gym. We getting on very well together. I mean, we train together. So we're gonna jump in like a training session. Me, Nick, and Derek together. So we bring in the old school things. What used to be like 7, 8 competitors, like what we loved bodybuilding for. So that's what's been missing. So I think it's we having a great time together. Yes.
So you got a new training partner. His name's Nick. Does he compete? Come
No, he just eats. He's a great. To be honest, he's a very hard worker, and he's got goals in his mind. He wants to do it, and the good things on him, he
Yeah.
listens. He listens when I tell him things or when we talk about shit. He's got open minded, and I think that guy he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Nick Walker's definitely one of the new superstars of the IFBB and has made his mark pretty substantially last year, coming in that fourth spot at the Mr. Olympia. Very impressive. But training with these guys these guys are literally half your age, Kamal. Has your training changed at all now at 50 years old? Is it different than it was 10, 15, 20 years ago, or is it
Hey,
about the same
you need
still?
to ask Nick this question because we train together, and I
Yeah.
killed these guys. Believe me. Oh God, yeah.
Ah, okay. I love it. The old dog, huh?
No, I'm pushing, and I'm really I'm a high volume guy. So okay, and these guys like they're not. So we
Yeah.
put them through my work, and it's I think maybe only
Nice.
Nick he's took it. That's what I've told you. He's strong. He's on it, and he's taking it. He doesn't matter whatever you give him, he takes. So nah, it is like I'm not old, but I make them. I had a few people they got sick when they
Yep.
training, and it's like,
No, listen, come on. I think it's great for both sides because they're going to put Nick's strong as an ox from everything I can see. The weights he puts up is ridiculous, but that inspires you to train heavier. But you inspire them to train with more reps. I know your training is very high volume, a lot of pumping, a lot of pumping the muscle, blood into the muscle. So I think that's a win-win. I think it helps them.
yeah.
I
To
think
be
it
honest,
helps you.
that's what we work, and he knows he's got a lot of muscle, so we need to chisel it out. So that's we're gonna bring the quality out of it. So he knows that, and he listens, and his coach is happy with that as well. So we to be honest, at the moment we're not training together because for me it's the last 2 weeks. So I packed up. He's doing his shit. As soon as we
Yeah,
finish my show, when I'm doing, we back on train together to the Olympia. I'll push him. He's a great guy. I like him so much, and he reminds me when I started. He wants to do it, and
sure.
he's a really great guy. We're getting on really well together.
Nice. Well, definitely going to be keeping tabs on you. I won't see you in Tampa, but I might see you at the next show. Some speculation. I know that you might be throwing your hat in
I'll
Texas as well.
I'll be
I will be there.
90% to see me there.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
that's fantastic. Hey, listen, if you're going to do it, you might as well give
Oh
yourself a
God,
couple of
man,
shots,
yes. I
right?
had 3 shows on the road every week. I want to do even Ronnie Coleman's show as well. So, and then I'll pack up a
Okay.
little bit to be get back and fresh to the Olympia, and then we will decide. Actually, but to be
Yeah.
honest, for me, even Chris, to be honest, he said to me, "I wanted to get your title back, and you've got it this year. I can see what's going around, and the way my body responded. I'm getting my title back from Vegas."
Well, I like the confidence, Kamal. You've never been short on it, and for good reason. We're going to get into your history in just a moment. But I've got to ask you some
Yes.
hypotheticals. I don't care what goes on in Tampa, win, lose, or draw. Let's just say you go in and you do well, or you even win the show, right? As you just said, doesn't have any bearing. You're at the 212 at the Olympia. You've already decided that. If you get your title back at the Olympia, Would that be a good time to hang him up to retire on stage with the title?
Yes, if and that's the only one because as we're hearing now, the Masters is coming back. Okay, the Masters Olympia coming back. Is that true or not?
Oh yeah, from everything I've heard from Jake Wood himself and the Olympia team, they are looking at bringing the Masters Olympia title back. I believe next year in Bucharest, if
Okay,
I'm
so
not
that title is
mistaken.
mine. I'm doing it next year.
Okay, so if you won the Olympia 212, you would still could you still want to compete?
Yeah,
You still want to
I
keep
want to
going?
do the Masters, so why not? As another title to grab. Yeah, so
Ah, sure. As long
it's
as
another
you're
title to grab, and I don't see anyone at the moment. I'm really disrespect to anyone at my age.
yeah yeah.
Look wherever I am now, so it's going to be an easy win if it's the money's right. If it's the price money's right. Yeah, I'll hang out another year. I know my family, my wife, she's going to be hating me or.
She's
God.
already pissed off
Well,
at
I
you.
mean,
We
she's
know
not
that.
pissed
So
off. She's
he
always support for me, and she's oh God,
yeah, I know.
yeah,
We're gonna have
yeah,
a little
but
fun with her. But what is the game plan? Because we have talked about this before. You've been very upfront in saying, I don't know how much more gas I got in the tank. Like I don't know how many more years I would like to be involved in the actual competition part. So is that anything you've given any thought to, or are you just going to ride it until the
well,
wheels
to be
fall off?
honest, if like if this is gonna be my last year, 100%, it's not. The only things I want to compete next year, if they put the Masters back with the good prize money, I will jump
Right.
into that for one more year, and then I'm done. And I'm done. I was not done like I'll be done as competing, but definitely probably I will just do.
Sure.
Kamal Classic here in Tampa because there's not that much many. Most of the competition are on Florida and Orlando. In Tampa,
Right.
there's not many, so I'll be speaking with Tim Gardner and of course Jim Mannion and all team about. I'll hold my own show. I'll give something back 100% because bodybuilding's made me, and I'm gonna give something back, and I'll be supportive of bodybuilding 100%.
Well, it would be a fitting end to a great career. For people that don't know your background, now you didn't come up in the NPC, as many people think. They see a superstar and they automatically think NPC. You actually came up across the pond, competing in NAB and some other federations. But your record was remarkable. I mean, just scanning down, and I knew your record anyways, but just refreshing. You competed for 18 years,
Yes,
I believe, without taking anything but a first and second. I mean, you won literally almost every single show you went in. You had a few seconds and a few runner-ups, and then you had some more first places after that. But so you came up with the other guys, and that was good for a while. But then there was a time you wanted to uh, throw your hat into the pro league circle, and you weren't allowed. Tell us
yeah,
about
it's
that.
when I was an amateur, like as you know, I've been competing a lot of different federation, whatever. But we said that the IFBB amateur, and then I was competing. I'll tell you short, like I don't want to make it bigger. So I was competing for
Yeah.
Qatar because I was representing Qatar for 10 years. So they was paying me. That's what I said. Like I didn't want to turn a pro because I'm getting a lot of money. It's a very very good money for bodybuilding. That's one of the things I've been lucky. So to represent Qatar to get prize. So I'll tell you something. The prize money when I win the world champion, I'll get 150,000 US dollars. So it's
Wow.
yeah,
No wonder you
exactly.
stayed as an
So
amateur.
and then everything is paid. The accommodation, my supplement, my food. The only things I have to compete twice a year: the Asian Championship and the World Championship. And I won 11
Wow.
times in the row the Asian Championship. And also, yeah, and also
I
like
see
they
that.
had the what they call it, the Asian Games in Qatar, the Asian Olympic Games. So
Yeah.
they were involved the bodybuilding on it. So I won Olympic Games as well. So I've got that in my record. It's a big thing. And then so
Wow.
for example, whatever, and then the 2013 when the revolution happened, so I wanted to compete for Libya because I've never competed for Libya. So I did compete for Libya 2013
Right.
world champion, and I won my world champion. I won that title, and then I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's coming. So they've sent me they've told me, Kamal, you've been banned. I said, banned what? They said, no, you like drug, what they call it, the WADA, whatever, anti-doping, yeah, I said, give me
Yeah.
some
Wada.
paperwork. So they paperwork came out from where? From Qatar Olympic Committee. But Qatar, I'm not competing for Qatar. I was competing for Libya. How come Libyan Federation or
Right.
Libyan Olympic Committee, they should the one, they being connected because I was competing for Libya and I've done my contract with Qatar. So I haven't had any paperwork. I was 4 years fighting to get my whatever, my
Yeah.
freedom, whatever, to get back. And I've told them, okay, I don't want to be amateur anymore. I want to be I want to be doing a pro. That's it for me. And then when we met in UK, Pop, and I've
Right.
told you about it, I've told you
Yeah.
all the story and everything, and you spoke to Jim Mannion. I spoke to Jim Mannion until everything that happened, and then they put together. Even they had an interview with Rafael. One came, he said, "Can you come with the Arnold?" So Rafael, he couldn't bring the paperwork to Jim Mannion after you told him bring the whatever. He couldn't bring the paperwork, and then the problem split happened.
Right.
Mr. Jim Mannion, thanks to him and thanks to you, thanks to all the peace people, they helped me. And he gave me, he said, Kamal, you
Yeah.
deserve a pro card. You one of us. So he gave me the pro card straight away. I applied for the Arnold Classic, and I got accepted. So, and I
Yeah.
competed on. Yeah, I won the Arnold
And you
Classic
won.
first show. So,
So, but this was very cool because and yeah, there's a lot of background into this. I know because me and Kamal go back a few years, but you pretty much touched on all the points. You were very much involved, not by your doing, but the politics that was involved at the time for no good reason, really. You were treated very unfairly.
oh
Thank
yeah,
God the
big
split
time.
happened. And like I say, when you got with me, explained your story, you sent over your resume, which I looked at and went, oh my God, like how is this guy? How is this even a question, right? And I wrote up your paperwork and sent it into Jim Mannion, as you mentioned, and the rest is history. Jim looked at it and said the pro leagues and we got to have this guy. I mean, he doesn't have to prove himself. You've won 13 world championships. You won another 10 Asian champion. You had all kinds of stuff on your resume. So, but I was just glad it worked out the way it did. And just to prove that point, you did get that invite to the Arnold, and you made the most of it. Boy, there was a big,
Oh yeah,
big
I
W in
mean,
the column
first year,
right
like I
there.
was competing with Jose Raymond, all these names, and
Yeah,
to be honest, I met guys Serena that times was with me,
yeah,
David Henry as well. So there's a big names. So competed from nowhere, and it's like won the show. It was a great for me. It's a great start for the pro league. I mean, it's and I had
yeah.
of course I got my qualified to the Olympia, and I come third the first Olympia. So it was great. It was great. And then year 2019, I won the Olympia. So
Let's you just touched on my next question. Come on, take me back to 2019. We're at the Olympia. It's down to the last two guys, right? And there you are. And I was up on the podium, of course, in my usual spot. And you hear your name as the winner. What goes through your mind at that moment?
I mean, I couldn't believe it. It just like after what happened, and I've told my story and everything, and I was fighting. This is why you never give up. You never ever give up. Do you imagine if I gave up? Whatever was happened, would I've been here? Would I've been who I am now? No, no. So I wanted it. I knew, of course, with the help of the whatever's been involved, you and Mr. Jim Manning and all the team,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like Kamal, it's Mr. Olympia, it's history, and it's not just for me. And I gave so much hope to all that kind of area, Middle East, because I said that. Remember, Bob, when I said, here we go. You bring your best physique. You're going to get judged as best physique, not because you're Muslim, because that's what's happened before. Oh, you're not
Yeah,
from America. You're not going to win. You're not going to wear, whatever. So that's what I
right.
said. You bring the best. You're going to judge by your physique, not by your color, not by your nationality, not by your religion, whatever. And it's, to be honest, even Big Ramy told me that, Kamal, you gave me a big hope because always competed is close. I thought they're not going to give it to me. And here we go. He's Mr. Olympia. So I gave hope a lot of people from that Middle East. And he says, you see now, there's so many from the Middle East. They are at the Olympia list. So
Yeah,
yeah, to be honest, I've been grateful. Thank God I've did what I've did. I've never gave up with all these people. They believed in me. I mean, I remember when I went to see Mr. Jim Manning at the office and he saw me because I was prepping. He said, we bring in the classic physique.
Yeah.
This is a new that you could fit on that. I said, no, I want to be a bodybuilding. So
Sure.
he believed in me from day one, and thank God. I mean, he's got the
Yeah.
eyes. So thank God, here we are, and I am. Yeah,
Well, you were the most decorated athlete. I mean, I got inundated with inquiries when we announced the split, and we kind of reached out across the globe and said, "Listen, if you've won a pro qualifier from wherever you're from, you think you should have gotten reach out to me, let me know, and I will take a look." And I got dozens. Now, some of the stuff was ridiculous. I mean, there was like, Kamal, I'd get something from a guy that, well, I won my class at the World Championships back in 1992. And I'm like, 92? It's like, yeah, listen, I appreciate that. Congratulations. But no, I can't get you a pro card. That was a long time ago. Your resume was so deep, literally from 2001 all the way up. Again, almost, I think at that point was
yeah,
what, 2018 or 17? It was almost 17 years of mostly first
yes,
places in a couple of seconds. And it was insane. I mean, again, everybody looked at that and just went, "Oh, how is this guy fighting for a pro? Like, why wasn't he here in the pro league years
yeah,
ago?"
yeah,
That was the
yeah. It's
question.
it's it's
And some of those answers are that's why we split, okay? Because there's a whole lot of things like that going on. But the politics and all
oh,
that stuff, and you can attest to this
it's
because you were
really
it
bad.
was
They're
ridiculous.
really corrupt. They're really like, I mean, it's too much. I mean, whatever. Thank God, whatever's happened is the split and everything, but we got rid of him. As you see now, that the big guy, that the what they call it, the Russian guy. He used to be the elite. He used to be the star. Where is he
Yeah.
now? He's with the NPC. There is no other federation than the NPC. I don't care what they do. I don't care whatever. They are a very small community now. They're getting down and down and down.
And let me point out for those who follow the bodybuilding world, you're talking about Michael
Yes, yes,
Kriz.
yeah. This Michael kid.
I
I
can't,
can't say his name, but
Krisnet?
yeah, he's yeah, yeah.
Close enough. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Big bald guy, huge. This guy looks like he means business. All right. Here's the thing. This guy has been the champ over there in the other league. All right, for a little while now, and he's got to go walk the walk at this point. There is no just special invite. Yeah, we're going to give him a pro card. That's not the way we work. You win, you're in. He's got to now go to an NPC pro qualifying event, win it, which he's not going to have any
Yeah.
issue doing. The guy's very good, obviously, but he's got to earn it, just like everybody else. We do not do things like that. Never have, and,
Of
and,
course,
and
this
never
is this
will, in
is
my
definitely
opinion.
this is the way it should be, because it's not fair for the other competitors. Like, oh, how come it's him, it's me? Okay, he's good, but I will be good, maybe whatever. But yeah, they doing the right thing. He has to earn it. He has to earn his pro card, and then I don't think he will. He has enough time for this year. To be honest, it would be very very stupid if he rush it in this year.
Yeah.
I think he should qualify this year, get his pro card, and then next year early jump maybe Arnold Classic or something, and he finished from there. To be honest,
Yeah.
Bob, if you rush things up, you maybe get injured. Maybe you're not ready yet. Maybe so. I think he's got the future. He's
Yeah.
still young. I think I've heard he's still 30 years old or something. He's 30 years old.
That could
Yeah,
be.
he is.
Yeah. I mean, he's a big boy.
He's
I
got
mean,
small
he's
waist. He's
tall and he's
big
big.
arms, and I mean, okay, there's some points and he's working on, but I think he means the business. Definitely,
Sure.
definitely.
Well, I tell you what, I'd like to see it, and I'm sure he'll get the pro card easily. I don't see anybody out there at a pro qualifying event that's going to give him any trouble. So this guy's as good as in. But again, we got rules, we've got regulations, and he's going to have to earn it, and that's cool. That's the way it should be, Kamal. And unfortunately, you had to go through that. But all things happen for a reason, and this split couldn't have happened at a better time for you because we were able to capitalize on that, get you over here to the promised land, and all you did was win in Arnold, win in Olympia, establish yourself as one of the best bodybuilders in the world, and now you're going to go to an open show and show the big boys what you got
I
going on.
cannot be grateful, man. I mean, really, bodybuilding and the NPC and you guys, Jim Mannion, all of you, the team. I cannot be grateful enough for whatever you did for me, because, like what I said, bodybuilding has made me, and I have to give something back. Even my older son now, he's into it, and he's actually, he's good, man. I think he's got the genat from me, and he's a bit too. He's 17,
How
so
old's your
he
son now?
always, yeah,
Uh-oh, look out.
yeah.
El
And
Garni
thank God, to be honest,
2.0 coming.
he's got it, and I'm trying. He wants it, and he wants it. It's not like I'm pushing him. No, he's mad at it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll be involved 100%, 100%, inshallah.
Well, Kamal, it's been great catching up. Congratulations on your
Thank you.
move finally to the U.S. Sounds like you're already settling. You're probably a Tampa Bay
Oh yeah, yeah.
Buccaneers fan already, I'm
That's
sure.
really.
So, do you watch any of the sports, or are
Well,
you,
to
are
be
you
honest,
still
soccer,
catching
because
soccer
I've got
from
my
overseas?
son as well. Is 14. He used to play soccer, so he plays soccer as well here. But yeah,
Yeah.
I will get into the system. Don't worry. To be honest, I have a lot of people around me. They made me very welcome, and I
Nice.
love this place now.
Well, you're part of the family, Kamal. That's for sure. Can't wait to see you. Unfortunately, like I said, I won't be in Tampa to see it, but I'll be keeping tabs on it as I'm in Phoenix at the UBU over there. But I will catch you at the next show, Kamal. So be in touch, my friend. Be safe, train smart, and let's see what you got against the big boys.
Thank
I,
you
I
so
wouldn't
much,
count
Rob.
you
It was
out.
a
That's for
pleasure. I
sure.
was really happy to having this chat with you and explaining all the fans, and they know what's the new. And I'm sure there's a lot of more surprises coming, and I will do my best to bring my best.
You
Thank you so
got it.
much,
All
Rob.
right, Kamal.
Have
Thanks
a
for
good one.
stopping by, buddy. We'll catch up.
Thank you.